Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news all right. Bills Mafia, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some electrifying rumors that could shake things up in a big way. We're talking about a blockbuster trade that might just redefine the AFC East and give the Bills an even more formidable shot at contending for another Super Bowl. The word on the street, coming from trusted sources like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini, is that the Tennessee Titans, who are currently sitting at 0-2 and struggling offensively, managing only 15 points per game, are in serious talks to send Calvin Ridley to Buffalo in exchange for a first-round pick and a fourth-rounder in the 2026 draft. This move would not only give the Bills a huge boost on offense, but also allow the Titans to free up nearly $19 million in cap space, which they desperately need to rebuild their offensive line after allowing a staggering 10 sacks in just 2 games. This potential move would send shockwaves through the AFC South, but more importantly, it could significantly impact the Bills' championship push. Imagine pairing Ridley with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, a trio that could instantly raise the Bills' aerial attack to new heights. Buffalo's offense has been impressive so far in the 2023 season, sitting at 2-0 and looking like a real contender, but adding a receiver of Ridley's caliber, who's known for his speed, route running, and YAC ability, could be the missing piece that elevates the Bills from good to great, especially considering the concerns around Shakir, whose PFF grade has been around 72-0, and who has shown flashes but hasn't yet proven he can be a consistent go-to option. Ridley, with his solid profile, averaging 5 yards per reception in Week 1 against the Bears and tallying a touchdown, brings a proven track record with over 500 career yards and 35 touchdowns plus a 84.5 overall PFF grade. His explosiveness and ability to stretch the field would complement Josh Allen's game perfectly. Let's talk about Ridley's profile because it's pretty impressive. He's a receiver who can be a game changer. Coming into 2025, he's been a reliable target, and in Week 1, he showed what he's capable of with 8 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown. His career stats, over 500 yards and 35 touchdowns, speak volumes about his ability to produce at a high level. Even with injuries in 2024 limiting him to just 9 games, he managed to rack up 290 yards in 6 games, showing he's still got that top-tier speed and playmaking ability. For the Bills, adding Ridley would be like injecting pure speed into an already fast offense, making life even more difficult for defenses. His YAC of 5.8 yards and separation of 2.8 yards per target make him a nightmare for defenders, especially when paired with a quarterback who can throw with precision and zip like Allen. And the reasons behind this trade make a lot of sense for both sides. The Titans, with around $19 million in cap space, are prioritizing rebuilding their offensive line after allowing 8 sacks per game in the first 2 weeks. Plus, with the team's 0-2 record and a struggling run defense giving up 150 yards per game, they're looking for ways to maximize their future picks and shed some cap weight. Sending Ridley, who's 29 but still in his prime, makes sense from a strategic standpoint. They can leverage that first-round pick in 2026 to target young talent or rebuild their roster around their quarterback, Will Levis, who's still developing. Meanwhile, the Bills, with roughly $25 million in cap space, are cautiously optimistic, but still wary of some inconsistencies in their receiving core, especially after Shakir's injury and his average PFF grade of 70.0. They see this opportunity as a data-driven move. Adding Ridley could be the spark needed to push their offense into another gear. Think about it. The Bills' aerial attack would jump from around 280 yards per game to over 350 yards, with a boost in EPA per pass of about 15%. Ridley's presence would stretch defenses, forcing them to respect the deep threat and opening up more space for Cooper, who's graded at an impressive 88.0 by PFF. These two working together could create mismatches all over the field, especially with play-action concepts that have been so effective for Buffalo in the past. And it's not just about individual stats. The ripple effect of Ridley joining the Bills could be monumental. His ability to generate yards after the catch, averaging around 5.8 yards per YAC, and his proven success in contested catches, around 55%, would turn Buffalo's offense into a nightmare for any defense. His track record of precise route running and ability to make tough catches in tight coverage, especially against man-heavy defenses like those employed by the Ravens, would make him a critical X-factor in Buffalo's quest for the AFC East crown and beyond. The Bills would also see a boost in their overall win probability, with projections indicating a potential increase of around 12% in playoff chances, especially if Ridley can hit around 1-0 yards for the season. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could be a significant step toward the Bills' ultimate goal, a deep playoff run and a shot at lifting Lombardi once again. The impact on the AFC East would be immediate, shaking up the standings and forcing rivals to adjust their game plans. The Dolphins, who have been notably vulnerable in the secondary, especially with their 3 TDs allowed to WRs, could find themselves even more overwhelmed with Ridley stretching the field. This trade could be reminiscent of the Seahawks trade for Metcalf, which added about 180 yards per game in the air in 2025, and the Bills could see similar gains with Ridley. Of course, there are questions. Will Ridley stay healthy after his recent injury setbacks? Can he mesh quickly with Allen and the Bills' offensive system? But if he does, we're talking about a true game-changer. His addition could elevate the Bills into the elite tier of NFL offenses, making them even more dangerous come playoff time. And let's not forget the psychological boost. Knowing that your team is making bold moves to improve ignites the entire locker room and fan base. It's about building a team that's not just good enough, but championship caliber. So what does this all mean for the AFC East? Well, it's simple. The division just got a lot more interesting. The Bills, with a revamped receiving core featuring Ridley, could become a nightmare for the Dolphins and Jets alike. The Bills' offense, already potent, would turn into an even more explosive machine, capable of attacking defenses vertically and creating mismatches that no one can handle. The addition of Ridley could push the Bills from a solid playoff team into a genuine Super Bowl contender, especially with the way their defense has been playing, giving up just 18 points per game this season. That solid D combined with an offense that's firing on all cylinders could be a recipe for a deep postseason run. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Ridley is the missing piece to finally push us over the top? Or are there concerns about his injury history or fit in the offense? Regardless, this is a storyline that has everyone talking, and I couldn't be more excited to see how it unfolds. The Bills have always been about making bold moves, and this one could be the most significant of the season. Stay tuned, because I'll be right here giving you all the latest updates, analysis, and insider info as this story develops. The future of Buffalo's offense looks brighter than ever, and I can't wait to see what's next for our team. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Buffalo Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news.